Hey everybody, welcome to our Snazzy Life. Today we are going to go over all things pin storage and carry, including the PinFolio Pros, what they fit in, what you can use them for bags like these, and ones you can buy in the park. And we'll break down each of the sizes of the PinFolios, some of the actual cases that they sell, and some of the bigger ones for big storage. Some of the new stuff they have, like the new Royal set and the PinFolio Elite. So if you've had any questions on if some of these pin boards like this will fit in some of these bags and that type of thing, we're going to try and go over that and answer as many questions as we can for you, and hopefully this will help you out. Hey everybody, welcome to our Snazzy Life. So today we're going to go over a lot of different options you saw for storing your pins or for taking your pins to the park. I'm going to show you a little video clip first of something in 20th Century Music. That's one of the pin stores right on Main Street in Disneyland. I'm just going to show you some of the options they have there, and then when you get done with that, we'll come back and talk about some of them. Disneyland, I'm in 20th Century. They have a few different options. They have this bag. They have one like this that looks like it's cloth, and inside it has more cloth ones, kind of like this one does. And this is the same. It has a thing inside. I have one at home. I'm going to show you what that is. And they have these here. Now the round ones, they sell round actual inserts, but the inserts that come with these are really bad. They're kind of curved and they just don't stay there. I haven't used these before, but it looks like they're kind of the same. And then they have lots of lanyards to choose from, and you can get lanyards that actually have pins on them already, like a starter set. All right, so now I would show you the new ones, which are really popular. They have the little new one with the old label on it you saw in the video. I'm going to show you a clip of what you can do with one of the small PinFolio boards and how they fit into that one there. All right, so if you have one of the new pin cases that come out like this, just to show you guys, if you have one of the small PinFolio boards, it will actually fit in here. It doesn't zip close, but the small PinFolio board fits there, and you can actually put the pin in right there and it stays good. And then on the other side, it will go all the way through. So if you flip it and push that through, and it will stay on this side also. So something good to know if you wanted to do that. So that's awesome. That actually makes that a lot more usable. It's a lot harder to pull the pin backs off of those whenever you're doing that. The other one you saw, so a lot of people have, is this one. This is one of the first ones we bought, and when we first got it, it was really hard to see. Like, you would have to put the pin on, open this part up, put the pin back on, and then they would clean together. The pin backs would come off, they would fall off. It wasn't very good. But if you buy the medium size of the PinFolio Pro, it will actually slide into these sheets perfectly. And it will actually, unlike the little one, this actually seals up, and you are able to use it and stick the pins directly on there, and they will stay on. So if you already have one of these bags and you just don't like it, you don't use it, you pick up a pack of those medium size boards. They actually fit perfectly in here, and it actually makes this bag usable, because we got it and we just kind of stuck it in the corner. I would take out that whole insert and just use it like a sling bag. So you can take the insert out, and then I would just put stuff up in it and use it like that. I didn't even use it for pins, but with that, it definitely makes it something you can use to store your pins in. So they didn't have them there, and I haven't seen them in a while, but they did actually sell pin boards like PinFolio in the park. There were like 3 of them, and they were round, and they work just the same as PinFolio. You'd be able to put the pin on, they stick good. And there was like $12 for a 3-pack. It was a really good deal. But one of the things I showed you in the beginning was this bag, and it had these little leather pieces in it that were kind of like the other ones. They weren't straight, so the pins would bulge out. They had to use the rubber pin backings on them, so they didn't stay good. Well, I found out that if you buy one of these or have one of these and just don't use it because you don't like the inserts, and you can find these fit almost perfect inside there, and you can use them to actually pin trade with. Like I'll use it to put some of the ones I'm gonna trade on the front, and then the next section put the ones that I get and put them here. And you can buy little straps that can go for these, and it'll actually clip onto the back of this here. You can see how it clips on, and these straps actually have the holes in it too if you wanted to store the pins on the outside. Now I don't recommend using normal rubber nubs if you're going to do that. If you want to put the pin on, it has the holes for it, but when you put on these Mickeys that come with it, they are not sturdy. Like if you're walking around and moving around, these can definitely pop off and you can lose your pin. They do sell locking pin backs. They have the ones that they sell there that are kind of like a screw, and it has a little Allen wrench that you can screw in directly onto the pin. I don't recommend those either because they can mess up the pin back and that. There are these little ones, I'll show you a picture of them, that you can use that are locking backs. And once you put that on the back of the pin, if you're going to use a lanyard or use one of these, this is definitely what I would get. It's about the size of a normal one, and it holds it in place. It's not coming off. You can pull on it, it's not going to come off. So if you really want to use, and take it off, you just pull the back and it'll pop right off the back of it. So that's the only way to get it off, and it will pop loose. So if you're going to use one of these straps like that, or if you saw also in the video, they have these lanyards you can buy. If you're going to wear it like that and do that, if you don't want to take the chance of losing your pin, I would definitely use one of these little locking backs. You can buy a pack, like 100 of them for like under 10 bucks on Amazon, something like that. And definitely if you're going to wear your pins at all, I definitely recommend getting those. Okay, so before we go too much further in depth in what fits inside these, I need to show you kind of what the options are. So PinFolio themselves have 3 different sizes at the time of this video. They could change it. The medium's fairly new, but they have the little small one. You see a lot of people carrying these around. Holds like a decent amount of pins. We have these here on this side and this on the back. These are good. We'll use these if we're in a hurry, and we'll take one that's full of pins to trade from the boards, and then bring a blank one with also to carry what we get with it. The medium's a little bit bigger, and then this big size holds a whole lot of pins. Just to kind of give you an idea, we just completed the Hidden Disney sets, and so they do have these plastic carrying cases too for each size that you can get separately. But so like, just to show you, well, let me take this case off. So just to show you, most of you guys know what the Hidden Disney look like, the size. So this holds the whole Disney World and Disneyland on one side. And then we actually have last year's sets here. We have the whole set on this side. So it'll hold a lot of pins. Most of you can see these pins before and know about what size they are. If you look at the middle size, we actually collected the set from the year before that, and so it's enough to hold that whole set on here. So if you see kind of about the size that it holds, this is the middle one. It holds quite a bit of pins also. So just to give you an idea with pins you've probably seen before in the parks, kind of what these will hold. So they hold a decent bit. We went over the things that were kind of made for pins they sell at the park, but there's also different things that they sell there aren't necessarily made for it. These little bags, they are nice and easy to carry, but we use these and things like this. We'll just put a bunch of pin backs in it. So we can just snap this on the bag, especially since we take the pin backs of everything we use with the PinFolios. So now you can put the pin backs in here and have a bunch extra if you're trading with someone that doesn't have them, or sometimes a pin has 2 backs and you need an extra one. So this is good to carry. You can keep some of like the locking backs in here and some of the normal ones in there. And it's nice just to carry around and keep with you in the park. One thing I've found also with these round ones, we'll start off, I'll show you Loungeflies because a lot of people use Loungeflies and like them around the parks. I found there are some Loungefly bags, like we have this Oogie Boogie one from, what's this, 2024 Oogie Boogie Bash. And it has a round pocket in the front, and these circle ones fit perfect inside here. So you can actually do kind of like you did with the other one and put a couple of those in there and have your keepers on one and your others in another, and then you have the whole bag you can use for other stuff too if you wanted to put water bottle or anything like that. So this is actually a really good solution. Not all of these have this round pocket, so you just have to find one that does, and these actually fit really good inside of it. The normal Loungeflies, if you look at these, will also hold the little ones in the front. You slide it in and it will hold like 2 or 3 there. So if you wanted to use a Loungefly like that and wanted to get some of those little ones, or you had extra little ones, this is a good way to put these, have your pins here for easy access if you're wanting to trade, and then you'll still have the rest of this backpack also to put whatever, use like a purse or put water bottles in or anything, because these are really popular at the park, so you see a lot of Loungefly and stuff like that. And then something else I just thought of, the medium size does not really fit into a Loungefly. You could probably squeeze it, bend it, try and fit it in, but it does not really fit. So to go along with things they sell in the park now, you're going to start seeing more and more, it seems like, of these lug bags. It's a brand. This is a Haunted Mansion one they sell, and it's got the little pocket in the front. It's got this one here and a side one. They're really good for just holding small amount of things. And they have ones like this, which is a water bottle holder. So you can put like a 40-ounce water bottle in here and it'll hold it. So these are too big for the little small pocket right in the front. This is the small board. But if you wanted to put it into the next board, this would hold a couple of them in this top part. So if you wanted to have your water bottle and pins and you're just going to run and do that and want to stay hydrated, that will definitely work. This bag right here, this will, oh, let's see. This will barely fit. Will it zip up? So it will with this small front pocket. It'll hold one panel. So if you wanted to just bring one and put a couple traders on the front and then keep the ones you keep on the back, it will fit in this part. But you can definitely fit multiple ones in the inside part of the lug bag and in the back. The medium is too big. It will not fit inside the lug bag. So you will have to use the little small ones. But these are becoming really popular. You're seeing them more and more in the parks. I think some of the 70th merch just dropped, and they're going to have the 70-year Disneyland going to have a new one of these. So these are real popular now, so you're going to see that. So these will actually fit into there also. So you see a lot of other bags too. If you saw these little ones like this I just showed you, there's a whole series of bags. They have the side pocket bag, like a crossbody. This is the mini backpack, and then they have a medium and a big version of this. So I want to show you, because obviously the big versions will hold full-size everything, but these little smaller backpack, it will definitely hold plenty of little ones in the front. This round one, it'll fit in the front of this little backpack too, that you can carry if you can find these. The medium one won't fit in there, but inside there's like a little mini pocket that you could put like a iPad or something in. But these medium-sized ones slide right in there, and these are great to carry if you want to do more pins. You can put your traders on one side and this, and it's pretty light and easy to carry if you wanted to have this with you. And there's still room to put like a water bottle on the side and everything else. So the medium fits good with this one. You could actually fit quite a few in here if you wanted to fit 2 or 3 in there. Depends on how many pins you want to take to the park. But yeah, this is the middle size. It's a newer one that they just started selling, and it's really good for a lot of smaller carry. If you want to carry more than just a couple pins, but have plenty of space, then yeah, that's a really good combo. So I forgot to show this little bag. It actually does not hold the medium in it, in the big part, but the middle and the big part and the small part both hold the small one. Just wanted to show that. So I do want to start this by saying this is not sponsored at all by PinFolio or anything else. This is just products we bought with our own money, we like, and we just wanted to do. We see a lot of people have questions about stuff, and so that's kind of what we wanted to do. So I want to put something together. Maybe someone will get some use out of it, and hopefully you will. Okay, so now we're going to go more into the PinFolio things. I've already shown you the boards just to show you how they work with other products. PinFolio themselves sell lots of different things. Some of their ones that aren't as known or popular, they do have like a little crossbody bag, and it has its own little section inside, but on the front it has a zip up that displays your pins. So if you want to show people your pins, and it has a custom board that actually goes in here. Katie got this and hasn't really used it a lot, but it is handy. She just doesn't really like the metal chain, which you can change out to do something else, but this is more just like a little purse you wanted to carry and do that with. They do have another one that's kind of more cloth, and you can see it's got a little protective part in the middle. I don't even know if they sell these anymore, but you can put your pins on this side and ones on this side, and then this will help protect them. And it's really compact and easy to carry. Sometimes we'll have some friends with kids that come in, and we're teaching them about pin trading that. And I'll give them some pins to trade, and I'll let them use this one because it's a really good size for kids. Doesn't hold a crazy amount of pins, but it's just enough. It'll hold them in place and keep them safe. So this one, we didn't use a whole lot, but it's not a bad one. Like I said, we'll use it when people come out of town. And actually the outside, it's got the same material. So I don't know how much I would trust it all the time, but if you needed to, you can actually put pins on the outside and it'll stay too on this one. So it's kind of neat. I do like these. I want to keep these. A lot of you guys that watch videos, you're watching my YouTube video, you probably watch a lot of other ones. There's a girl out of Florida, I think Summerly is her name, but she's always wearing this bag. We got this one for Katie, and it's neat. It holds the little tiny one in the front, so you can display your pins in there. It's like one of these small ones. And then inside of it, it has 4 more pockets that you can put your pins cases into and store them. It doesn't hold a whole lot more. You can probably fit like a 16.9 ounce like plastic water bottle in the side here, and it's got a little zipper in the back. You could put a few other things. So if it's just like a little quick visit or something like this, then this is a good one too. It's just a little crossbody. She doesn't use this as much either, but these are good ones to have that they sell or used to sell. I'm not sure if they still do or not. But now I'm going to get into one of the most popular ones that they sell. These are the ones I use most all the time until recently. You just got a couple of the really big ones so we could carry more pins with us when we go trading. But let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I have one of each of the sizes of these PinFolios. So they have, this is called the PinFolio Show because it has a front pocket that has that same technology, so you can just put the pin on it and it'll show what they have here. I like to look for people that carry stuff like these. That way I know they have pins and they're traders, and I'm not shy. I'll walk up and be like, hey, are you a pin trader? Because they may have a pin you've been looking for, or you may have one that they've been looking for, and I love to help people out if I can. But these are awesome for that. So this is the PinFolio Show, and so it's the little small mini one, and it has protective part in between. It's got this rubber pieces on both sides, so you can actually put the pins in, boop, and they stay. So this is a little smaller one. It's actually got like a little wristlet, so if you wanted to just take this holds quite a few pins in it. This isn't a bad one. Then there's the middle size, which is one that I recommend. They come with this little handle like this. It's the same concept. It has the zipper that holds in pins here. You can show these, and when you have this, it has the same thing. It's got the plastic in between to protect the pins when you close it from hitting each other. But it is probably almost more than double the size on each section. And so this holds a lot more pins. And then if you fill this up, it can start to get a little heavy. So you want to, just depending on what you want to carry at the park. These are for people that have a lot more series. A lot of times people collect like the mystery boxes and stuff and get duplicates. And so this is a good thing to carry. I used to put all my hidden Disney extras on the front because those are the most popular. And then when you open the inside, I would have all of my mystery pins sets that I had doubles of in here. A lot of times you can trade like trivia and stuff like that to get mystery pin ones, and I would collect some just to try and get ones that people might need so I'd have something to trade with them. Now if you go up one more size, they have the PinFolio Show Max, which is even bigger. And so this one actually really does start getting heavy if you fill it with pins. Just recently, before we started collecting all the hidden Disneys, I had a ton for trade. And I had this whole front was full of hidden Disneys. You would open this inner part up and it was just full of mystery pins. And it was pretty heavy, just the one of them. And so this actually comes with the strap like this. They do sell an optional strap that's a little bit more comfortable there. And I got a purple one to match this one. It is shorter though, so I didn't really like the length on this, but I took this padded part off and we put it on here, and it actually worked pretty good. I am gonna let you know, I did buy one of these not super long ago, and I was pulling it out of a bag, and this got caught on something that was in the bag, and it actually ripped this top part off of here. I'll show you what I got here. So you can see it actually ripped the top piece off of there when I did that. And it was not that old when I got it. And I reached out to PinFolio and they just said, hey, can you send us a picture of the back so we can see which one it is? So they wanted to see it was the color of this and PinFolio Show. And it was awesome. They just sent me the new one out, the exact one I had. And they didn't even request this one back. So now I have these two ones that are awesome for just carrying a bunch of pins and just throwing in a backpack. This one I can't wear anymore because that part's broke on it, but I can just fill it with pins and put it in the backpack. And that's kind of what I have been doing. I've been putting these full, and then I'd have a couple of these, and then a few of these big ones, and I would have this backpack full of pins that was so heavy. And that's kind of what we were doing until recently, and kind of what made me want to do this video is we needed to organize our pins. We had pins all over the place. I will show you kind of what I'm talking about. We had the cork boards and everything else. So we had a few different things we'd store our pins on. We had these cork boards like this, which are pretty light on their own, but when you fill them with pins, they got super heavy. At the dollar store, they had these. They don't hold them in super good. It's kind of like a cloth, but these are neat. They were like $1.25 each, and they hold a lot of pins. So these are some of like the special pins I have that I like keeping and displaying and don't put away in store. But so these are kind of neat. So I do have some of these still up for. So before I get into showing you those, I'm going to show you kind of what we do use now whenever we go to the parks. So pretty much if we are just doing a quick run, we will carry these two. Like I said, I have one set for Katie to carry, one for me. And if we're just in a hurry, we want to grab a couple, throw them in the bag, or just keep them on us if we may go to a park later or something, we will carry these two with, just so we have some to trade for the boards, a couple ones that are good enough for trivia, and then something to hold the pins on. And this is really quick and easy. You can just throw in a bag, a backpack, whatever. This is kind of what we do if we're just doing like a quick visit. So I would use the Max Show and the Show to carry the pins a lot before, but I just bought this thing and it's really good. It gets super heavy, but it's something new they have. It's kind of like a limited release, but the giant pin board, so the biggest one they have, this one, which you saw holds the whole hidden Disney set on both sides. This is a bag that actually holds one of those on the front cover. So I actually have some of the pins to like show people what I have here on the outside just to display that I have some pins that are for trade. And when you open that up, there's an actual section inside here too. And you could even store another one if you wanted to, or other things like that. So that's really handy. And then I will probably just leave that zipped up. These are pins that I won't be getting into as much unless people are wanting to trade better pins for better pins. But the way I organize everything in here, it actually has a plastic case included with each one. And so each one of these has a piece that has a zipper that I can actually zip and take the piece out and replace it. So if we were going to a show, want to put different pins in or just what we're doing. So I kind of have it organized. Here's like the hidden Disney ones I have. This is what I was talking about, where I have like all of our traders that are like kind of the mystery sets, like the boxes and pet bags and stuff like that. Then I have more limited edition, limited release ones. And then we keep more open edition ones and stuff like that. And so this you can see I'm straining. It's pretty heavy, but it's comfortable. And so if we're going to a show, there's like a show called Kraken that they have that's here near Anaheim. And I would go there with my backpack with the show and that. And then when people wanted to look at my pins, I'd have to hand them like a big stack of different boards and cases. So this is really nice for that. I can just slide out the ones that I don't want to take and take the ones I want to take in here. And it's easy to carry around. If they want to look at it, I can just hand them the one thing and they can go through and look at them. So we're really excited to have this. If we're going to do actual pin trading at the parks and stuff, we're going to bring this guy with. I actually found it will fit inside a giant backpack. So it's a little bit easier to carry on the back, just in and out of the park. And then whenever we're going to trade, it can take it out. It's got different pockets. Like it's got this pocket here that's actually big enough to hold my little small trader pack that I keep for the ones like if we're going to grab or something. So it's really neat. Something else that PinFolio Pro sells is a pin popper. So if you'll see on their site, they have, this is kind of what it looks like. It's just like a pin popper that has a little prong here and a prong here. The problem I had with it is kind of awkward to carry this around. It wasn't flat. It didn't really fit in anything. And I found myself, I got Katie and I both one, and I never used them. They just sat in the corner. So I actually took both the ones we had and cut them in half and made two smaller ones. So you can see that each one's a little smaller one. And I actually cut a little hole in one of them like this. And so I carry it with me on my bag. So if I need one to use it, I can just use it and it goes right back. So that's kind of handy. I just made that out of the ones that they have. And so I keep that on my bag because I have a bad habit of biting my fingernails. And so it's nice to have that because I don't have the nails to pull those pins off of there. All right, and so the last thing we just recently got, Katie and I both got one of these. It's the PinFolio Elite. It's a big case. It doesn't have the boards that come out. It has boards built in, but it's going to be good to store our actual collections in. Let me switch to the other camera and I will show you kind of what this looks like. So I'm not holding it up. So this is the PinFolio Pro Elite. Katie and I both got one, and this is for our collections. So different things we collect, like I collect Eeyore. So these are my Eeyore ones. There's room to expand. I've got all the ones that I have there, and then I have the ones that are suspect that I think are scrappers, but I still want because I like them. And if eventually I find the real versions, I will replace them. But I have this with the Cheshire Cat, kind of the same. There's that. Here's the ones at the bottom that I'm not sure if they're real or not. Then here's the ones that are all Cheshire Cat as items. And so this is my Cheshire collection. But these are the ones that we keep. I have like my Oogie Boogie collection here. And then I have like Jessica and Roger Rabbit. And I do Ralph and Vanellope. But before I had these all over those cork boards. Here's Mr. Toad and Scrooge. And then I have a big Marvel collection. So the last two pages are all different marble pins. But instead of having those out on the cork board where we have friends over at kids that could get into it, we like having these cases that are the ones that we're keeping. We're not going to trade. And so this is a really good storage unit to put them in, and we have room to grow, as you can see. And we can just kind of tuck these away and put them in the closet. And that's kind of what we use that for. There is pockets and stuff, and you can carry these. One of the things I like about the bag I showed you a second ago is that those come out. These are kind of sealed in here, so you can't really replace these. So they do hold, and you can use them multiple times, but I've seen a lot of the traders in Frontierland that have these, and eventually if you keep sticking them in the same spots, eventually they don't stay as good. So I really like using this to do like a permanent type storage here. So it is reusable, we can move stuff around, but we're not doing it a bunch, so this should last for a long time. And it's easy to just fold up, take them, and put them in a closet until we get some new ones. So got for Katie too, I'll show you guys this. So she has this tin that fits in here. It's got some pins, and then she collects Elliot, Madam Mim, and she has a little Hocus Pocus section, a little Piglet, and Sully. She used to have a Jeep that was kind of teal, and she called it Sully. She also likes collecting the Ewoks, and then she's got her special pins here, and then some other ones that we've gotten, her Teacher's Day pins. She's a teacher. Other ones she likes to collect, and then she is a Lilo and Stitch, so that is the majority of her collection. So we've got, this is her page of some of her favorite ones. Then these are other ones that we've got here that she's collected, and they're there. And then these are the ones that keep going. This is a fantasy one. It's not like a Disney pin. These are ones we're not sure if they're real or not. And then these are ones we're pretty sure are scrappers, but still wants to keep them anyway. And then these are some more ones she just likes and has her ones. These are the scrappers, ones we're not sure about. And then her sets are on the very back page. So these are the sets she's collected and has on this page, and it holds all of those pins, and so it's nice stowed away and we don't have to worry about them. Oh, and I do want to show you, since we do take the backs off of pretty much everything, in case we ever do resell them or anything, I have a popcorn bucket, and it is just full of pin backs. So we do try to save our pin backs for the pins we have, especially like the more expensive pins. So if we ever do want to sell them, we can put them back in their original packaging and do that. But that's why we keep these in here. We're gonna have to get something bigger to keep them in. I mean, we could probably put them in some of these Loungefly bags that just kind of sit in the corner. Well, that was quite a bit to digest. I hope you guys enjoyed this or got something out of it. Once again, this was not sponsored by PinFolio. If you guys really like this and want, there's a PinFolio Show XL that's kind of like a Show thicker version that's like the size of all those medium ones. They're sold out right now, but I want to get one of those eventually. So if you guys see this and want to hook us up, feel free. But this isn't sponsored at all, so this is just our opinion. This is stuff that we bought and used. Even though we've changed this new stuff, we're still going to use the other things, so we don't plan on selling anything we have at the moment. We're going to keep using different ones. Some of those smaller ones are good to just carry sometimes, and then lots of different things. So, all right. Well, like I said, I hope you guys got something good out of it, and we'll see you next time in our snazzy life. Deuces.